What's up, everyone? Just verifying that the stream is working. Beauty. We're on track here. Okay, so you can hear me. That's great. Angle looks fine. Half day school. There you go, bud. Living your best life now because you get to watch me. How about that? Just getting set up here. It's a little bit of a disaster here. You guys can see this half, but the back half, whenever I do these, it's always a little bit of a mess in here. But welcome everyone. Hope you're doing great. Today's March 11th for the people that will watch this at a later date. Time's going by fast, guys. Time is going by fast. I feel like we just celebrated the New Year, and now it is like already a third of the way into March. Super weird. Just got back from our spring break trip yesterday morning, so a little bit jet lagged. We were in Hawaii, which was super. And yeah, I had never actually experienced jet lag like that. Definitely a unique, awful feeling. So if you know what jet lag, if you know what that feeling is like, if you have it bad, you don't really wish that actually on your worst enemy, I don't think. Just terrible. I mean, the time difference in Hawaii right now is 6 hours, so going to Hawaii was not a big deal because you can always stay up later, you know? You can always stay up later when you're going back in time because then you just kind of toughen it out. You stay up. It's like going out and having a late night or whatever. Whereas coming back, you skip the night, and if you can't sleep on an airplane like me, it's terrible. So not the best experience ever. Super weird. It kind of feels like you're walking around like a zombie. At least that's what it was like for me yesterday. But yeah, let's kind of get after this here. So these are the stringers ready to go. I gotta get new grommets here. This is terrible. It's starting to chip away here. You know, considering I've only had these, well, I guess I've had them since we're coming up on a year in the summer, but only having 3 rackets, they look in pretty decent shape. You know, when you have 5 rackets, sometimes, you know, you go through your rackets at a slower pace because you switch them out. Switch out the grommets, switch them, you know, when you string, but when you only have 3, they beat up pretty quick. So the RESTRING VIVO is the confidential string that you tried. Yes, great question. It's right here. It's so good. It is so good. I just recorded the video about it. And yeah, I had so many good things to say about it because it's so amazing. So I made the video. Well, how many people? We have 13 people. When you guys watch this video, you guys need to look in the comments for the haters because they're going to be like, oh, RESTRING is paying him, RESTRING is paying him, which is like not true at all. Yeah, it's just, I'll have a lot of good things to say about it, and sometimes when creators have good things to say about it, oh my god, this is not working. When creators have a good thing to say about a product, people think it's an automatic, like, oh, they pay them, they pay them, they pay them. But honestly, it's super, super good. This sec, the stringer doesn't work, I guess, anymore. This is annoying. Unplug it. So yeah, this is the one. Come on, the stringer is always working fine. There we go. There we go. What string would you recommend for a Rec V4 100 player looking for spinning comfort, all around performance? You know, would probably go with like a Tourline Absolute. It's a great one for the arm. Restring Zero would not be a bad option for you too. Yeah, it's honestly really, really good. Like, I'll read you what the backlit says. You can visit their website as well. My review will come out hopefully in the next few days. All out on performance, all out on sustainability. And that's where I talk about in the video a lot, how you would never even notice about the sustainability because the string plays so good. Sometimes with sustainability strings, it kind of just plays like shit because it's hard to make a good product when you use recycled materials. So Vivo is the ultimate all-arounder, which is true, for players seeking a reliable balance of controllable power spin and solid feel on impact, which is true. With sustainability at its core and its design, which is cool because I didn't know. Vivo is made with recycled material but glassed and packaged responsibly in a paper sleeve. So I went through the confidential, not the confidential, the what do you call that? The prototype sampling of the string, and they didn't tell me that it was, they told me after I said I liked it, which was funny, that it was made out of recycled materials. So, super cool. I'm a hater, not of Restring, just in general. You're a hater. You're a hater of what? Rich, what are you a hater of? You can't be a hater of Vivo because it hasn't really even launched yet. It's launching like, the pre-release is in like 5 to 6 days, and then the actual full release where you can buy is not until the 30th. So, Vivo versus Caviar Super Tour comparison. I talk about that in the video coming out to, this is tangled. Guys, I will say that I had been using the Vivo for the last month probably. It's really, really good. And for me, like, I'm a nerd like that. Like, I feel like I always have to do something good for the environment, and like anything I can do is nice. That's not why I'm playing with the string. I actually like it. God, I'm having trouble with this string here. The zero is giving me trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. But yeah, no, it's cool that it is recycled and it actually is good, Like, it's hard to come by stuff like that. Like, not just tennis strings, like products in general that are recycled, it's just sometimes just not that good. Great effort from those companies that try, but it's really hard to make something that's quality, that works. Have I tried Toro spin version? It's in my room. Actually, I might have, maybe this is it right here. I can tell you, nope, not it. It is in my room right now, and I have to string it to review it. Toro Tour, I think it is. Working on that. I got a lot of stuff to do, actually. I'm a little behind. I got like 5 rackets I gotta do. I got another grapple snake string that's in my room that looks really promising, that a lot of people have said great things about. So to be honest, I am super, super behind. That's what happens when you have a tennis trip to Hawaii for 11 days. You get behind. And it's not a great time to be behind because, damn, I got shit going on, Like, I'm trying to graduate with my, come on. Whoever used this last, I'm gonna kill him. What the hell? Oh my God, freshman activities, guys. this is what happens when a freshman, there we go, uses a stringer. Not to be mean about our freshmen, but they don't know what they're doing sometimes. Okay, sorry, yeah. So I've been really, really busy. And that's all right, but I want to, you know, be doing reviews and stuff and talking with you guys and all that stuff. So, yeah. All right. I tried Yonex multi-feel and the poly tour drive. It wasn't that good. Can't really comment on that. Haven't had a chance to use that or get it even. Been busy, you know. And yeah, like I said, it's only going to get busier here because our conference starts really soon. Do you know how many sides Vivo has? I believe it has. Oh yeah, I should remember this exactly. I think it's actually. I have it on my phone, but you're using it. It's on the phone. It's shaped. It's 5 or 6. I said it in the video, but now I forget. Right here. Come on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Yeah, 6. Yeah, oh guys, there's so many strings there. I don't know why they're picking this time. I know it's the start of the year, but yeah, I'm super behind. Slinko has that new Mach 10, I think it's called. Restring with the Vivo, Grapple Snake with their new one. This is where I would be, if I was not on a college schedule, I would be super on time with all this stuff. Oh, look at me clicking all this stuff. Come on. All right, sorry, I'm slowing the questions here. Are you playing Extreme Pro stock weight? No, sir, I am not. I have it all customized for me. If you wanna know about what's in there, I have a video about it that's probably like 4 or 5 months old now, something like that. So that's on the channel, you can go check that out. I'm using Prestige Pro Exotic 1.0 with Kirschbaum Max Power. Nice. Enjoy. Nice little setup. Any videos of Hawaii? Sadly not. If I'm being completely honest, I brought all my stuff with me there, but I wanted to record the Vivo review there on the beach. So I brought all my stuff there. I get out on the beach, and I'm like, there's just no way this is gonna happen. It was so windy. Like, Hawaii, it's pretty windy in general, but like, the video would have been great if it was like a calmer week or a calmer day with the wind, but I don't think the mic would have sounded that great with all that wind. And I didn't have the exact like, the packaging and everything like this. I wanted to have this for the video, like that was in the mailbox here at school waiting for me, but yeah, so that's why I just recorded today instead. What's the color and name of the O Toro spin string? I think it's just called O. What's the color in the name? It's just called O Toro Tour, I think. And it's actually the same color as Vivo. Very, very similar, like kind of like a minty color. What were the highlights of the trip? Wow. Well, first of all, being in Hawaii is like incredible. Like I think all of us landed. It was a long flight, closer to 12 hours. So you land, and we were just kind of stuck in the airport because we had to wait for our vans for a bit. But once we were able to get outside and drive, like the landscape, I don't think there's really anything like it. Like, of course, there's different, islands in the world that are probably super cool, or different, landscapes that are cool. But I don't think there's anything else that's like this. The mountains and the way they are and the shape of them is like, it's out of a movie. So like Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, The Hunger Games, of course, other like Hawaiian trip vacation themed movies. They were all filmed in the area we stayed at. We were like 10 minutes away from where they were filmed, like the film locations were. So like all of like the mountains and stuff, it's unreal. Like I don't even know how to describe it. It just kind of felt like a movie the whole time you were there, or I was there. But I guess highlights, first of all, just being there was really cool. The people are really great, and interacting with them and learning about their culture was really cool. I'm kind of geeky like that. So I really love learning about the Hawaiian culture. It's really nothing like the US. So if I have any Americans on here, sorry to offend you, but Hawaii is its own thing out there. They even have like the Union Jack on their state flag, which is cool, because Great Britain used to own, or it was a part of Great Britain for a very long time. So I think that's really cool. They have their own language. There's a lot of new words that I learned. So like I said, I'm nerdy and geeky like that. Like I like to learn about that stuff. The food's pretty decent as well. But yeah, obviously being in Honolulu, that's like an hour drive. Being in the city, what a unique city too. Like it had like a New York vibe, but at the same time, it's like on the water and the beach is amazing, and it was clean and the food was good, like I said. So a lot of highlights to like the trip vacation part, but we also played 2 matches, which was cool, against Hilo. We lost both, but whatever. You win some, you lose some. I played pretty decent. The conditions play pretty similar to like Florida. Heavier air, humid, hot. Ball bounce was a little higher. It's just the way it is when you play in warmer climates. So that was easy to adjust to, I guess you could say, after a couple of days. Yeah, overall it was super good. It's just Otoro spin, and there's Otoro Tor, kind of getting confusing. You know what? I'm confused now. I received Otoro Tor. I haven't played with it. I've been super busy, so it's just in my room. I haven't even had that much time to look at it. Would you ever do a hybrid of any poly strings you have tested with natural gut? If somebody want to give me $1,000, I will play with natural gut with anything you want, but I can't afford natural gut, and I don't think many people can. It's super expensive, and it breaks quick, especially if you want to string it for matches and stuff. Like that's a lot of stringing, but I definitely would. I'd string it with Restring Sync for sure. I'd string it with this new Vivo. I'd string it with any good Tourline stuff. I'd string it with Luxilon. Like there's so much. Some Dunlop strings that are good out there that I haven't like reviewed on the channel, but I've heard good things. So yeah, I definitely would. But yeah, Hawaii overall pretty amazing. I think being there is like, I think you're maybe worried about having like island fever if you're there for a long period of time. I mean, I was only there for I think it was like 12 days, but like maybe if you're there for years at a time, you would get the island fever. But if you're in a great spot, you know, I can't really speak to the tennis that much. I know most of the tennis is on the island with Honolulu because there's more higher population and stuff like that. But as far as like quality of life, other than things being really expensive, it's amazing. Really, really amazing. Like I could definitely like see myself living there, just because of the people and the culture. It's just, I don't know if we have any other Canadians on here, if we're just on here, but it really kind of felt like a tropical Canada in a way. People were just really friendly, pretty like educated. The people that I met were very educated, even the kids. We did like a kids day. We ran like some clinics at a club and like awesome. So it's really nice to see. And yeah, always nice to learn about other cultures. Bear with me here, I just have to cut half of this Vivo because I only need half. Yeah, quite interesting. The overall trip was great, but more to the tennis here now. I'm stringing the Vivo here with Restring Zero. I think I mentioned that actually in the last live. I just couldn't tell you guys what the string was. Oh, come on. But it works super good in this combo. I love it a lot. But yeah, overall the combo works great. I don't change the tension on any of the strings. I keep it both 50 pounds. It's been working pretty good, so what can I say? No complaints. But yeah, if you guys want to try, and I don't know if you can actually pre-order the string right now. I'm sure you probably can. I haven't checked on the website. You guys can go and check it out, order it, use my code. You get a little bit of a discount there. Also, it looks really good in the racket. It's a different kind of color, so I appreciate that. Great question, and I talk about this in the video. So I got all three strings here somewhere. We got, I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see if you can see. So we'll put this closer to the camera. You got sync right here. This is extremely control-based, very durable. You know, you're gonna get some decent feel and spin, but this is super, super control-oriented. Zero is very power-oriented for you know, like a poly, but the playability is still great. All these strings are great for playability and durability, really. So this is more power-oriented. Like when I played with a full bed of this, I kind of felt it really come out of the bed. So more power spin-oriented. This is more control feel. And then you have Vivo that sits right here in the middle, and that is like the two combined. It's a really all-around feel, great string. You don't have super control properties of the sync, like ultra control, but you don't have the ultra power and spin from the Zero. You get like the best of both worlds, you know? It's a little bit of both, or a little bit of, yeah, I guess both, a little bit of everything. And that's why I like it so much. It's hard to come by strings that are the all-around total package. And that's a string that I really like because it actually works for an all-around game. If people have that, and like that's what I have. So In a full bed, I wanted a tiny, tiny bit more launch, so that's why I put the 0 in the main. It works, I'm sure it works really well with sync as well. So if you want a control-based setup, but you want a little bit more pop, some spice in the bed, then you can put the Vivo in and it will give you that. It's not super stiff, but it's not soft and flexy. It's really like that mid in between the two kind of strings. So if you want something that's in between there, it's not going to destroy your elbow, but it's not like a Tourline Absolute or Luxon Element. Like those are very malleable, very soft, good for the arm. What affordability multi with good properties? I'm not super well versed in the multi world. I mean, I'm just trying to think. I think Technifiber has some great options, but that's more on the expensive side. You can check with like Wilson Sensation. I think that's been around for years. You can check with that. Honestly, I don't play with a lot of multis. That's a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, but you can, Head would have some as well. Babylon Excel. I mean, all those strings from the bigger brands will work. But I personally don't demo a ton of the multis just because number one, it's not gut, and number two, it breaks quick, and I just don't like using the multi. At least I never found one that I liked using, if that makes sense. And yeah, they have a 17 and a 16 gauge, I believe, in the Vivo. Where is the cover? Yeah, a 17 and 16, 1.22, 1.23. The color is like a grayish blue, so it makes sense. Yes, yeah, exactly. Where do I have it? I mean, this is the difference right here. It is a difference. And then the sync right here. So it really kind of fits in the middle. But yeah. Velocity MLT, great. Thank you for saying that. I totally forgot about that. My dad and my sister have used that for years. It's a great option, actually. I forgot. Any polys that multi-like cause of durability? I don't know. I'll give that one to the people in the chat. Velocity is really good. I mean, you're never going to find a multi that. I would suggest just getting a thicker gauge though. Get a thick gauge multi because obviously that will break or will break slower than a thinner one or any thinner string would. So get a thick gauge that'll automatically last you longer. But yeah, I actually can't say. Velocity is good. I have played with that. Sensation, Excel. I can't really think of anything else. There's X1 Biface, but that's extremely expensive. So I'm trying to refrain from using or telling you to buy expensive ones. If you get reels of like that Technifiber stuff, sometimes it's like $200, $300, $400, which is crazy. I've used Technifiber Triax before. I don't know if they still sell that, but that was a great multi. It was a little bit cheaper than Biface. But yeah, this Vivo string I think is one of the better launches I've seen for a string from like smaller company in a while. I think that Grapple Snake had a couple really good launches there. Tourline with Caviar and Wasabi was excellent. Those strings really changed a lot of people's minds and they bought those. I think this is on par with that. I think Restring 0 probably is the, well, I can't really say. I like restring sync and zero a lot. Restring zero in a full bed, not my favorite. So I would say my favorite restring setups would be, of course, this one right now would be number one. And then my second one would be restring sync double, we'll say. So 17 sync in the main, 18 in the cross. That plays great. And then maybe I would say, yeah, I don't love the full bed of zero, but from restring, those are my favorite. From Tour line, obviously the Super Tour and Caviar work great for me. The K Pro is a good setup. But yeah, all these second level, I don't want to say second level, but it's true. Like if you compare it to Luxon, or like they just wouldn't make as much money as those guys would. They're really doing a great job. You know, you got Restring, you got Tourline, you got Rattlesnake. I think True Pro is another company that's doing quite well. I haven't reviewed any of their strings yet. I have them back in my room. Once again, I am busy, guys. Was thinking of hybridating something with Otoro, but to be a little comfy. I mean, you could also put Tourline Absolute in there as well. That's a good one. My dad really liked that, I think. I could be wrong. Like that string full bed actually would be great if you want a soft setup. It's super loud, which is cool. Like I played with it indoors last year for the review. And hitting serves with that thing, it sounds like you're launching a cannon, like if you have good racket speed. A little too soft for me, but it was a fun play test. You guys can watch my video on that too, if you want more information about that one. You could go with a full bed at a lower tension, like 45 pounds, yeah? How does it play at a lower tension? Absolute is a good string, my dad loved it. Yeah. Absolute at 40 pounds, whoa. That is a low tension with like stiffer strings I can do, but low tension with a soft string, good for you. If you can pull it off, that must be awesome. Great feel probably. Great feeling that would be. Definitely soft and launchy, but if you like that, that's like the perfect one probably. Because I feel like, for me, like when you play softer strings, it automatically gives you power spin, all that. So like it kind of feels like you play with a stiffer string at a low tension. So when you play with a low tension with a soft string that's malleable, kind of flexy, you kind of get like a double effect there. Yeah, literally, it's a rocket ship. It is, but it's a good rocket ship. If you can handle it, and it's in a good racket, and you got it dialed in with a tension that you like, or maybe you hybrid it with something. It's great string, really good. Like I have a lot of good things to say. Probably my favorite softer poly you can buy. Even more than like Element, because technically Element isn't like even considered a poly, I don't think. And like nobody really uses that anymore. Like for softer polys, I automatically recommend the Tourline Absolute. Like it would be even softer than Restring, than the Restring Zero. Yeah, with E-Zone. Yeah, with the E-Zone, you would be destroying. Power racket, power string, power tension. Blowing the ball by your opponent. What time is it here? It's 3 o'clock pretty much. Back to the grind tomorrow. We got class, got to practice. It'll be nice to get that going again. It's kind of weird, like I enjoy having time off and going on a trip and you're with the guys and it's nice, but I'm also super regimented, like organized. Like I don't know if you guys are like that, but you kind of come back from the trip and you're like, okay, time to get back in the groove, you know. So looking forward to that. Don't actually have any matches scheduled for the next week, I don't think, which is kind of weird. You go to Hawaii, you play some matches. We played, matches before we left as well. So it'd be nice to really get the conference going. That's always exciting. You play at home, you have people to come watch. I liked Wasabi Pro the most. Nice. Haven't played with that string in a while. It's been, maybe like a year, Wasabi. Whew. Who's everybody's pick here for Indian Wells? To be honest, I haven't followed one bit. I know that Monfils and Dimitrov were having a crazy match last night because I saw some clips this morning of it, but also because the boys in the apartment were watching it last night and loving it. But yeah, I haven't seen, I haven't watched a full game yet of that tournament, which is kind of sad. Have I tried? I have not tried that racket. Would love to, but I know it kind of comes and goes. It's online. You can buy it like maybe secondhand, but I don't know. Normally Tennis Warehouse kind of has it from time to time. People swear and love it. Swear by it and love it, but I haven't had a chance yet. I feel like that's like the PT57A of Youngest rackets. Well, or the DR98 or an AI98. I think, yeah, they were different. There's been some really good, the old V cores were really popular.
Alcaraz is in form, so probably him. See, like, this is so bad, guys. I'm so out of touch for this tournament. Indian Wells. So Greek Spore still alive, Marcos Giron still alive, Medvedev, Tommy Paul, Ruin Tsitsipas. Oh baby. Speaking of Tsitsipas, we all know he's using like an Aero 98, which is kind of weird, with blacked out Wilson stencil, which is funny. Like, imagine walking around with a Wilson stenciled racket, but it's like an Aero 98. The furthest thing away from a Wilson racket, really. Like, crazy. You know what's actually really interesting is more and more pros, it never used to be like this, more pros, because racket technology is getting so good, they're using power-oriented frames, or more on that side. So 98 square inches and above, 100 square inch rackets that are 16 by 19. Some are thicker beams, lighter overall. And when you look at like Wilson as a whole, traditionally in the past, they've made rackets that are smaller head sizes, tighter string patterns, thinner beams, heavier. And you gotta wonder, like, I wonder what their sales are like compared to Babolat, Yonex, and even like Head, for example. Because I feel like Head is similar to them, but they've adjusted a bit Like their extreme line, I think, would do really well for them. Their speed line is like the wheelhouse sort of racket right now for a lot of people. The Radical would still do good, even though it's on the more control side. But it would be interesting because I feel like Wilson has not. Okay, they got the Clash, but like, I don't know. I feel like other than that, like they don't really have anything right now. Like the Blade is just the Blade. I don't see many Pro Staff users anymore. And this, even before Roger was done, didn't see a ton of Pro Staffs. Like at a higher level, I feel like they're rackets. Like if you look at Stefanos, using a Blade, wants more power and spin, goes to an Aero 98, wins Dubai. I'm not saying he won because of the racket, but racket nerds could argue that. Obviously, you have to be informed to win. But it's definitely interesting. Like, I would love to know if their sales have decreased, or if they've plateaued, or maybe they've increased, because I know they released the Clash, and a lot of club players love the Clash. But you have to think companies like Yonex and Babolat really maybe taking the lead here with sales and stuff, considering people that are competitive want more power now, it seems. It's just a trend. Well, it's not even a trend, it's just a fact. You know, people hit harder, people are hitting with more spin, people are fitter. Really, really interesting, I think. And that's just simple. That's the evolvement of the game. There's a reason why people don't serve and volley anymore. There's a reason why people don't use those rackets, 85 square inch racket Pro Staffs anymore. Especially with the tennis balls that are being produced today. Terrible, terrible. Tennis balls have gone down so much. Yeah, great point. Madison Keys as well. And that's another point. Madison Keys switched from Wilson to Yonex. I can't remember if it's an 80 or 98 square inch or 100 that she switched to, but an E-zone of any kind will have more power than a Blade any day. I don't care what anybody says. That's just true. Thicker beam, isometric head, just really, really interesting. So, actually, when you think about it, they lost Roger because he retired. Excuse me. They lost Stefanos. They've lost Madison Keys. Like, wow. What do they even have, you know? Like Serena retired. Serena and Venus are like retired. They lost a lot of their go-to. I mean, they got Dimitrov. But like, in really, like, Svitolina also left them, which is, you know what? They're losing a lot of their people. Really interesting now that I'm thinking about it. Let's go to Tennis Warehouse really quick on the computer and see who else has been lost from them. All right. Tennis rackets. Wilson. Okay, here we go. So, the best guy I'm seeing on the screen right now, Alex Demonor, Grigor Dimitrov. They got Stepalenka, Karen Hachinoff. They got some other names here. Chorich, Korda, Bedoza. They have Svitolina on there still, which is not true. Yeah, guys, they are struggling, especially on the guys' side, for like endorsements, I think. Stefanos, that's a big loss actually for them. Top 10 player for quite some time. That is interesting. You look at Babolat, they have a lot of guys right now that are beasts. And a lot of girls use the Pure Drive. And some guys do too, actually. Yonex
let's pull up Yonex here after. Yonex as well. Yonex, who do they have for their top guys and girls? Pagula, Casper, Rybakina, Ben Shelton, Osaka, Tiafoe, Belinda Bencic. That's their front. That's a stack. Good for them. Tommy Paul, Vekic, Poloni, Shapovalov, Emma Navarro, Nick Kyrgios, Vondrousova. They are kicking ass. Of course, they still have Stan Wawrinka, Marcos Giron. That is interesting. Caroline Garcia, Evicheberry. And of course, they've added Madison Keys. Wow. They're destroying Wilson, so I'm kind of on it. Head would still be kicking some ass, yeah. Head, you still have Novak, Coco, Sasha, Krejcikova, Berrettini, Andreescu, Rublev. So yeah, it seems like, as far as like pro market, Head and Yonex are great right now, and Babolat would be right up there, of course. Let's see them. They got, well, it still shows Rafa on there. Carlos, Holger, Cameron Norrie, Felix, Pliskova, Fernandez, Sophia Kenin, Fabio Fognini. Not bad. Honestly, Yonex, I am surprised by that. You know, I think 10 years ago it wouldn't have been that big of a difference. Like, Head and Yonex actually are carrying pretty hard. I mean, of course, Babolat is up there. They've got Stefanos now as well. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Sorry if I've lost a couple people in the process here of talking about rackets is in depth, but I think it's quite interesting at a higher level as well when you see, honestly, pretty drastic racket changes. Like for Stefanos and Madison Keys, those are, you know, drastic changes. You've been playing with a racket for so many years, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? No, I am done. I play with the Yonex, so I'm kind of biased, but their rackets are very good. I have nothing but good things to say about Yonex rackets. I've unfortunately never fell in love with them. Like I play with the 100 E zone, it's just too light for me. I love their V495. I don't think that racket's really a great option anymore, considering this topic. You know, it's too controlled. But if there's 195 that would still work in today's game, it's that and the 6-195 from Wilson, but that's a dying racket for sure. But I think their V-Core 98, I really gotta try that. You know, when they come out with the next turnaround of that, I feel like that's a winner, that one. Or in the E-Zone 98 for that matter, I have not tried their new one. That will be coming soon, hopefully. But yeah, their quality control is by far the best in the world. There's no rackets unless you're getting like the match by like a service person. But stop buying Yonex rackets, next level. All right, guys, time to wrap it up here. I'm done. Thank you for stopping by. We strung up with Vivo, which means alive. I do talk about that in the video, so thanks for hanging out. It looks pretty cool in here, I think. Got that mint kind of in the cross, the zero in the main. I've been enjoying it. I've played matches with it as well, so you know, it could be in for a long-term switch here. I don't know if I'd make a video with that, maybe not, but yeah, I really like it. So we're gonna keep using it for now, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. We've been going here for how long? Probably over an hour because I'm talking. Oh, not quite, like 50-ish minutes. Hey guys, we'll see you next time. Be on the lookout for this review and all the other videos to come. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated, and we'll see you next time.